With Lloyd, y'all made Lloyd a superstar.
Yeah.
How with the way that ended, was that bad, like disgusting to you?
Well, it's so sad, right? And I'm sure if he was sitting here, we could have a real discussion, because they didn't understand what was going on. They're artists. Think about what we dealing with the government. Yeah. More than anything, just think of the government. We can't put out music. We're not getting the same support no more, right? And then you throw in on all this shit with 50. And he might have been like, I didn't sign up to deal with all this. And I get it. Mm-hmm. But again, just like I tell in relationships, it's a relationship. There's a way to break up with your bitch. Yeah. You don't have to drag her through the mud and let her see you fucking all these other bitches. And there's a way to say, yo, we good. It ain't going the way I expected. It's all good. You might be upset or whatever, but it's cool. All my exes fuck with me. Yeah. Because I don't drag them. You know what I'm saying? And there's a way to do that. I got a daughter. I got 5 sisters, a mother. Like, I understand how to treat a woman. Like, and I'm not saying he's a woman, but that's a relationship. Yeah. There's a way to do it. Now, when he comes and he's all upset. We took care of him from when Katrina hit. His family was out there. We relocated his whole family to Atlanta, gave him money. We didn't put it on the books. This is out of our pocket. Here, my nigga, come on. Mad clothes. Like, he lost everything.
Wow.
So there's a way to say, hey, I want to save my career. There's a way to do it.
And you would have definitely gave the blessing.
Of course, we did it with John and Ashanti. The only reason Ashanti has anything to say, and me and Ashanti are like this, is because Irv and her was in a relationship. So it's different.
Whoa. Like a relationship?
Come on, that's not news.
I mean, but it's speculation, but you just
confirmed. Not speculation. That's not speculation. It's out there.
Okay.
Irv and Ashanti was in a relationship.
Because at first they would say it was Irv and her mom's.
Nah.
Yeah, they would say it was mom too.
Tina, that's Mama J. Okay. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And then again, it's like you can't want one thing and then not accept the repercussions of it.
Come with everything.
You got to come with it all. And that's the one thing I was like their counselor, yo. They would go, because when they was beefing, one would go to the Four Seasons, the other one would be at the Ritz-Carlton, and I'm going back and forth to, yo, it'll be all right, yo. He's like, yo, I can't do this with this. Listen, you can't do this because you got to get, and then go to her, yo, because she would catch him with other bitches, right? And what do you expect, Irv? What do you expect? And then Irv's thing with her was her loyalty, but actions have reactions, so I never want to get in the middle because that's their relationship.
And the whole time Irv is married?
Nah, he wasn't married at that time. Okay. He already got, Deb, look, Deb is still family. Like, you crazy?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. We don't, Irv and Deb is like this.
Yeah, they grew up together. Yeah.
Like this. He gonna take care of Deb. Like, you crazy? Like, come on, man. He made a promise to that woman's mother. Like, our word means something. Yeah. And to this day, he takes care of Deb. Deb is good. Dope, you know what I'm saying? Dope. So at the end of the day, say what you want. We know what we're doing, and we don't need to broadcast it. We don't need to talk to the world about it. This is personal. There was a TV show, Gotti's Way. The reason we stopped, we was the #1 rated show. You know why we stopped? Because they wanted more about the family. Yeah. They didn't sign up for this. At that moment, he didn't want to put the kids' business out there like that. Yeah. And the TV don't care. They'll dive in. And
they'll destroy
it ain't even the money.
Yeah.
The money don't mean shit. Yo. I know people say, "Oh, you got money, you could say that." Yeah, we're not. You know what I know? I know how to make money.
Yeah, and your integrity is worth more than money.
I didn't go to school, so anyone thinks I went to school, no. I learned the hard way. I busted my ass, took care of everything I had to, and now I learned how to make money. Simple and plain.
So where's Irv Ashanti relationship right now?
Again, they're cordial. That I see him. He just was talking to her, but they're not the same.
Because Ashanti looking good as a motherfucker now.
Yeah, she working out.
She always did. But
she was just out in Trinidad. I told her it looked like she had the time of her life. I was like, damn, I should have went out there because that looked like she had the best time. I really watched her on the gram for that. Like, I never really watched her until I seen her in Trinidad like that, and I was like, fun as a
Was it a point where you was like, yo, y'all fucking up the business though?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, but it was, you don't say it, but you feel certain things because
the hits was coming out though.
No question. You know why? Because
it was real, right?
Listen here, Tina. I can Tina, baby.
That's a Dumb comparison.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
It's life.
It was real. Like
It's life. He didn't beat her.
I'm about to say, yeah. Don't put.
He didn't beat her.
This shouldn't be on the top of me.
But I'm just saying,
yeah.
we're again.
Sing the song, animator.
Sing the song,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I wish we had the time was like now,
where we could
where
visualize
everything is video.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because the best record for me, and I tell it all the time, was "Baby, Baby, Baby," because that's a Scarface jack.
Yes.
From
Mary,
Marijuana.
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
And he's talking about getting high and f***ed up. And Irv said, you got to sing this like the man you with. You getting high and f***ed up with, like you high on him. And she was singing. He was like, no, that's not it. He would Yo, it was crazy. But it shows you his genius. And it shows you the respect of an artist. Like when he did things with them, they listened. Like you're talking about Star, like they listened to his words and gave him his vision of where the record should go, and that's really what producing is. Making a beat is one thing.
That's the beat making.
The producing of the vocal and how that get that emotion out of that song that's the production.
What I want to give him credit for is that I think if anybody else had Ashanti,
they had her. She had like 3 deals before Murder Ring.
Wow.
You understand? So believe me, she was out and about. Like she's lucky I found her. And brought her into Irv. I would bring her. She was like, "Is he gonna meet me today?"
Yeah. Wow.
She hates me when I tell her. I love when I tell her because I was like, they would come to my office. She'd be like, "Shut up, sickly." She called me sickly, and she was like, I was like, "Yo, is he gonna meet me? Am I gonna talk to him?" Her mother, and Linda. Her mother and Linda used to manage her.
Okay.
It was co-management. Then Linda, they got rid of Linda or whatever, and it was just her mother. But she sit in my office for an hour, 2 hours waiting to just talk to Irv. And I would go scream on him like, yo, come and say what's up to her, yo. And he'd come in, shake their hand, and walk out. And she'd be like, did he like my music? I'd be like, oh, yeah, he liked your music.
Yeah. Knowing damn well he ain't listened to it.
He ain't heard
It's fine.
He ain't heard yo, but I kept it going. And then I put her on the Pun record. And with Fat Joe said, I need an R&B singer.
How to roll, right?
How to roll.
Yeah.
And I said, I got one. I called her up. She drove right from her house to the studio, did the record. Fat Joe loved it. And then I tell Joe to do one thing. What's that? Call Irv. Tell him you got. So he calls Irv. He says, yo, your R&B singer, she's dope. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, what R&B singer?
Wow.
And then once Joe did that, he's like, yo, he calls me up and says, yo, bring her to the studio. Let me meet her. And that's how that really got started. Really.
Dope. And then
there's a guy named Mario Baeza who had her signed, AJM Records. So when you say that, a lot of people had her. And Mario's like an uncle for me and Irv, right? And he wanted Irv to make records for her. You know what I'm saying? And so he could bring it to Dick Parsons and try and bring it over to Warner. But once they got to making records, she was like, this is the sound, because the records they was making was not it.
Yeah.
So again, that production is everything. And then now she comes to Irv and making different type of sounding records that's really today and
the moment,
on the edge. It was like she wants to be over. She was like, I want to be over here.
Yeah.
So then we had to buy out Mario.
Because she was on paperwork.
Yeah.
And then make sure you click subscribe to this on iTunes. Go to radio.com. Download the app. It's free. You can hear the podcast on there. You can see the video on YouTube. YouTube.com/Doggie Diamonds TV. Until next time. Peace.